with us at Cleveland Heights University Heights this morning. We want to give you another round of applause for all of our partners that are here. Let's give them a hand. And especially to our all of our students from the district who did a wonderful job, for my elementary, middle school, and high school students. Let's give them a round of applause. So this morning was our first event to kick off our initiative of community partners and really engaging our partners with our schools and giving you an opportunity to see exactly all the talent that we have in our district. We have some wonderful programs and of course some wonderful students, and we wanted you to experience and hear from students' perspective and their voice the many programs that we have. So the first slide you'll see at Heights High, we have early college, post-secondary education enrollment programs through JCU, Case Western Reserve, Cleveland State, and Tri-C, our honors programs, our arts, and our career tech programs. In our middle schools, we have our International Baccalaureate program and our STEM-focused programs. And you see that picture there with the clinic programs and internships. In our elementary schools, we have our IB programs and our STEM programs at 2 of our elementary schools. And our other elementary schools are looking at IB initiatives as well. So there's been a lot of change, if you notice. We're in a temporary site now. And I'll kind of give you some updates on our reconstruction. So this site, we have moved in this year, our high school students for 2 years in this temporary space. So this space has been renovated, and in 2 years, our high school will open, so our students will transition to the new Heights High, and then our middle schools will come to this campus. So in 2 years, we will have 2 middle schools on the same campus. So we're looking forward to that configuration. But both middle schools would be IB authorized schools. So we're excited about those initiatives and those focus on IB and also STEM. We're continuing to expand our core programs and offerings to students across the district. We're focusing on career and college readiness. We want to make sure, again, that all of our students are ready for whatever pathway they choose, college or career. Whichever pathway they choose, they will be ready as a graduate from Cleveland Heights University High School District. And we also are broadening our programs and establishing partnerships to focus on labor capital, markets in Northeast Ohio, the state of Ohio, United States, and globally. So again, the facilities plan, this is the rendering of our new Heights High School. So as I stated, our Heights is currently on Wiley campus. Our new Heights will move to Cedar and Lee. And then our next step after our middle schools, then we'll go back and look at our phase 2. And our phase 2 will encompass our elementary schools. So we'll be building new elementary schools in the near future. So all the students here now, you won't know about the elementary schools. You'll either be in the middle schools or graduating from the new Heights High School campus. So as we worked on our strategic plan. It took us 7 months to get that done, and it included various stakeholders from the community, partners, we had parents, we even had students on our strategic plan committee, and we really wanted to make sure that we emphasized some core values and talk about what those core values were, and hopefully we know we want to live up to those core values. So within a culture of trust, respect, and integrity, we're committed to our students. Our students must know they are valued and can achieve. And this, I think, is certainly a good example to our students, that we show them that we value you, we know you can achieve, because we're allowing our students to talk to you as our partners and explain to you all the wonderful programs that they have in our schools. Diversity, it strengthens us. We're a very diverse community and a very diverse student body. So we want to embrace that, embrace those changes, and we know that it can strengthen us and make us even exceed and dream more. Partnerships, collaborations that benefit our schools are essential. Again, we know that schools cannot do this work alone, and we need valued partners who are willing to come out and assist us and see a program or a school that they say, I really want to help. There was a person that I just met from Cleveland State engineering program, and he said, you know, whatever you need, I want to set up something where your students can come visit us. I'll pay for your buses, pay for your substitute teachers, but I want the students to have the experience. And that's what's important, that the experience that our students will receive by just partners reaching out and saying that they want to connect to our school district is priceless. And a responsibility. Each of us is accountable for a student's success. That is so important. We know that Cleveland Heights University Heights is the second largest employer in this area, next to John Carroll. And we want to make sure that every employee of our district understands that we're here because of our students. And we have to make sure that our students have very valuable experience and know that we care about them and the outcomes that we want to see for them. So this is why we're here again, to make sure that our students know that we want you to have experiences beyond just local and beyond the United States, but global experiences as well. And I'm sure some of those kids were able to speak to that in some of our schools. And our stewardship, community resources are managed wisely. We talked at length about that on our strategic plan to make sure that people know that our dollars are used and we're using those dollars responsibly and we're not mismanaging, and that we're transparent about the dollars that we've received and how we're going to use those dollars moving forward. So from our strategic plan, we have 5 goals. Goal number 1, student outcomes, expectations, proficiency, and mastery. Our educational approach, equity, empowerment, and opportunities. Parents and community, engagement, partnerships, and communications. And goal number 3 is really what we wanted to highlight today, goal 3, parents and community engagement. Goal 4, value professionals in a culture of excellence, caring, quality, diverse, and collaborative, and our operational resources, finance, technology, and facilities. So we also decided that since we have 5 goals, we wanted to make sure that our decisions that we were making in the district, that we had a format and a criteria, so that we're just not taking different programs and we had this hodgepodge of programs that really were not connected. So we wanted to make sure that we had a strategic way of making our decisions. So when partners are reaching out to us, we're saying to our partners that we want you to partner with us in a coordinated and a strategic manner. Because sometimes we have people that come and want to partner, but their outcomes are not the outcomes that we are seeking. So we really want to be intentional about that. So this decision-making criteria would help guide that. Is the program effectiveness? Will it work for our students in our district? Is alignment and prioritization? Is it important and in line with the district's aspiration? It goes back to those core values. Feasibility. Can it realistically be done as planned? Can we really do these things that we want to do? And benefits and costs. Unbalanced, is it worth it? So let's go back to goal 3, parents and community engagement, partnerships, and communication. So one of the things we needed to do is take an inventory of our partners and collaboration. We know that Cleveland Heights has, at some point, they were one of the top districts in this area. And we wanted to go back to that, and we wanted to look and see who are all the people that were partnering with the school district, and how can we get them back? So this year, I decided to appoint someone as a partnership coordinator. So all of you, we're going to stand up and give a round of applause to Desiree, Calgary Mayor. So Desiree kind of stepped up to the challenge, and I said, Desiree, I need you to, just get at work and coordinate our partners and just have an event. And this was her brainchild. And she'd said, let's get our partners together and invite them to see what our students are doing and hear it from their voices. And that way we can get a list of who is working, what are they doing, and making sure that we have a strategic focus. Focusing on community schools and wraparound services. And I spoke a little bit early last year about my first meeting in the community and there were about 300 people in the room, and they were all talking about their partnerships with the district. And I can hear other tables and saying, oh, I didn't know that, they do that, they do that. And it was so interesting. I said, we have so many valuable resources in this community. How can we coordinate those resources, bring those resources together in a coordinated fashion? And so my notion of wraparound services, most school districts use that theme as community schools. And it was interesting, the American Federations of Teachers this month is highlighting that notion of community schools and how communities schools are the center of a community hub, and they have all of these services available for families. And that's something that my idea of wraparound services, I think is something that we should and will embrace in the Cleveland Heights, University Heights community. We need to have resources for every student, every family. We know our students are important. We want them to have the best quality education from pre-K to college, and how do we make sure that we make those things happen for them? So that notion of a community school and wraparound services, you would see happen in Cleveland Heights, University Heights. So embracing expansion and investment in resources in Cleveland Heights, University Heights, and the greater Cleveland area. I believe that we're going to be a model for the state. Cincinnati has been doing that for 15 years, and we actually have a group of people who are going to go visit, have a meeting in Columbus next week, and we're going to get some of our best practices from Cincinnati. But I believe that notion of community schools, partners coming together for the best interests of that community and making sure those resources are provided for our students and our families, pre-K through college, is where we want to go. So again, today's event, the purpose is for our students and our school leaders to engage with the community and tell their stories of discovery and development. And I know that's what our students did, and I know their principals who are all here, so I want to give a round of applause for all our principals of our schools. And I've stated to my principals many times, my first visit, that I think that the school principal is the most powerful position in a school district, because parents and families choose their schools because of the leaders who are there. And they're leaders that are there that should make sure that our schools are safe and warming and inviting, because we want our students to have good experiences in those schools. So we at Cleveland Heights, University Heights make sure that we have good leaders in our buildings, and they're leading our buildings and making these events and opportunities for our students to become possible. So the principals that we have in Cleveland Heights, University Heights are doing that, and I'm very excited and proud to be the leader in this district and leading them. And our next steps is connect and collaborate and build leverage for both parties, partners in district, and expand to improve resources and community markets. So there are some next steps, and I know there is some information that you have that you would, if you would like to partner with the school, I'm sure you probably got some exchange business cards with those principals, or maybe some form that we're giving. So that if you want to partner with any particular school, please contact their principal and, of course, Desiree, and just kind of talk to them about what you would like to do. I know, again, a person, I won't say his name, from Cleveland State, those three principals are excited, and along with their STEM coordinator, Jackie Taylor, about the opportunities that we're going to bring forth, that you're going to afford for those three schools. So again, we see our strategic plan. And we've gone over, and you see in the middle of it, we're going to put the strategic plan logo up, please, if we have that one. And in the center of the strategic plan is our mission. And that was something, I know people have heard of University Heights, Cleveland Heights, University Heights, and our notion of passage, preparing our students. So we all talked about the passage. Everybody said, what is passage? And that's the vision. But the mission to me is what's important. And if you can see the mission, this mission statement up. And so our mission statement is our schools provide an engaging and challenging education to prepare all of our students to become responsible citizens and succeed in college and career. We want our students to succeed in college and career. to be able to choose whatever pathway that they would like, and we make sure that we afford those opportunities in the Cleveland Heights University Heights School District. So at this time, I would like to, we can play a short video on our strategic plan. We can play that, and then we will close with some recognitions.
What's happening with strategic planning is instead of getting in and all taking different routes and different directions and sometimes going through detours and traffic and all of that, through strategic planning, you eliminate that because you know what your destination is, and then you go about the work of being very specific in your planning.
Having a plan sets the tone for all the buildings in the district, and it gives us an opportunity to together reach that goal.
Here at Monticello, we feel that educators should be providing a rigorous, beneficial, and engaging curriculum equally to all of our students so that they will be successful, college ready, and life prepared to work anywhere in the world.
As teachers at Monticello, we're working together to construct lessons to empower students to actively participate. And that helps guide their own thinking and for them to find their own voices as well.
To me, goal one, the student outcomes, is kind of the reason why we are here in this district as teachers. And it's very important that when a student graduates from our schools, that they have the skills necessary to have many different choices with what they want to do next in their lives.
It's really important that we spend our time as teachers developing lessons for students to become active members in their learning.
Our district offers many tools and resources for these students. The biggest thing that we want to do is never leave a child left behind. Every child deserves an education, and they can get that education in the Cleveland Heights University Heights School District.
Some students may need some things that others do not. So realizing what the students need and being able to provide that for the students, I think will be helping them to become successful.
Here at Monticello Middle School, we are educating ELL students that come to us from different backgrounds and different cultures, where we're able to provide them with an equal education.
One of my main goals as a fifth grade teacher is to just make sure that in general all my students leave my classroom at the end of the year just in general a better person than they came here. That every student leaves me a better writer, a better reader, a better mathematician, a better scientist, no matter where they were when they came to me or when they first started.
If our students are prepared, we are setting our students up to be able to have a successful legacy.
I'm actually part of a committee that's working on Goal 3, so we're really focusing on parent and community engagement, how we communicate with parents, how we work with our community partners to better forward kids' education.
Well, certainly fostering a relationship between a teacher and an individual student's parents is essential. I mean, I've worked with so many parents who have just been very happy to be more involved in the educational process.
Our kids need to know that their parents are invested in their education and that the community is invested.
Feeling supported, I think, is one of the most important things, period, for a child to grow and to be functional within the society.
The way I get my parents, in the beginning of the year, I put out a newsletter and say that I need them. I feel like that we're a community in the classroom where the parents and myself work together to make the kids grow in reading and writing and math.
It is important that the district attracts quality teachers because they are the people that have the most interactions with our students.
I appreciate the higher education and professional development that teachers get here at Cleveland Heights. There are so many opportunities to gain knowledge as a teacher, to learn new strategies and to collaborate.
We must have highly qualified teachers and a caring and supportive support staff to ensure that our students are in good hands at all times.
The importance of Goal 5 is to make sure that we are up to date and ready to go in the 21st century so our students are not left behind.
The more opportunities we give students to learn with technology and to just explore and play with it is so beneficial for their future.
So thank you. So next year we have some capture some pictures for our first partnership event on video. So I would like to call up Desiree, if you would come up, please. We have some recognitions for some contributors, community partners, and business people. Would you like to speak? Okay, and I'll move to the side.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Good morning. So we have a couple awards to hand out, and it doesn't mean that we don't treasure every single community partner or business that has contributed over the course of the years to Cleveland Heights University Heights City School District. But what was so critical is crafting a strategic plan that would not only work in terms of showcasing our students not only in the school district, but also in their future careers, no matter what their pathway is. And these individuals came in snowstorms, believe it or not, came a couple times, these organizations, and contributed greatly, not just giving us feedback, but also after reading what our aspirations were, giving us some input in terms of building leverage for our labor capital here and our markets in northeastern Ohio. So the first one, and before I share out, one individual's not here today because, speak of the devil, our Monticello students as well as our high school students are enjoying long distance learning with live coverage with specialists from Cleveland Clinic today. Yes, believe it or not. And so we do have, a matter of fact, the Director of Education and also the Manager of Clinical Programming here today. And we'd like to give the first award to Cleveland Clinic because they have not only offered extensively support in terms of programming, but even vision, I have to say, and we both can concur on that one, that it isn't just simply about our district or about Cleveland Clinic. We really genuinely care about the entire region here in terms of its development in the future. So the first award goes to Cleveland Clinic, and Brian Flom and Nedra Starling, can you please come up? Thank you.
I just want to thank you and the entire district for being incredible partners, and we're excited to do more with you, so thank you.
Thank you, we are too. The second one, I wanted to share out a personal note, yes. Many of you know that I come from a very crazy, diverse household with various ethnicities and religions and races. And matter of fact, the bulk of the family has attended this institution and attended it decades ago, even when scholarships didn't exist in the country, and are very committed to the institution. But aside from that, we are blessed. We are truly blessed to have this institution as a partner and to foster not only our student programs, but also our school programs. And even principals have informed us of what the support system has been like in terms of the individual services, and particularly community service, the residents coming over and collaborating with us and facilitating and bolstering core programs in ELA and math and so on. And we wanted to thank dearly John Carroll University for their commitment, and also coming in snowstorms and ongoing commitment, just ongoing, amazing commitment. And on a personal note, I thank you too. So if you could please come to the front. I know there are a number of you. David and I have known each other for quite some time, well over a decade, and I'm not going to share, some of my kids are here from Wiley and all that. I'm not going to tell them how old I am. So, and who else is also here? I'd appreciate if you could come to the stage, and we'd like to give you this award. John Carroll University. Dr. Mark Storrs? Okay. Thank you. Next one, this matter of fact, a development occurred this week. We broadened programs in Northeastern Ohio, so I was really pleased about this. We work closely together with Educational Service Center. Many of you are familiar with it. They service all the school districts in Northeastern Ohio, and the ESC for Cuyahoga County. And the next organization, not only are they so focused on our core curriculum, but really focused on early development of the child, and have really, I have to say, surmountably reached out on a personal note to every individual school of saying, here are our services, we really want to support you in any capacity that we can. So on that note, I wanted to share out with you, this week, ESC had a little bit of a problematic. They lost a full-time ELA teacher over at Collinwood and are setting up a new writing center hub for urban kids. And Collinwood is one example. And I thought, this is a wonderful organization, and so connections are being made even not only within our district, but we believe in also collaboration and sharing across the district. And as you know, we are the lead of career tech programs for Shaker Heights and also Warrensville Heights, and we're in talks with Garfield Heights. And I believe in really sharing to a certain extent in which it's beneficial for all parties. So on that note, yes, ESC and Lake Erie Inc., we're recognizing you today, and Amy, if you're still here, Bluesen, Road, did I say that correctly? Rosenblut, right? Rosenblut, my pardon me. If you're here, we'd like to recognize Lake Erie Inc. Thank you. This organization, wow, where should I begin? We're very, very blessed. Yes, we are. This organization is very dear at our hearts in terms of our own community. And they embody everything in terms of families, parents, and the student, the sole focus of the student. This is an organization, people always say, wow, you guys are so community-based over at Cleveland Heights, University Heights. And I remember when I worked for Ohio Department of Education, I worked under Deb Delisle, and I already heard tricklings about this community of being very firm about their community values and beliefs. And a lot has to do with this organization. Reaching Heights is an organization that does more than simply as a PTA. It really makes the connections throughout the entire district as well as the community and businesses. And today we'd like to recognize Reaching Heights, also coming in those snowstorms, and not even snowstorms, they're there all the time. So we are very lucky as a right-hand artery. Krista Hawthorne and Lisa, if you could please come to the front. Thank you. All three of you, I'm sorry. And last but not least, this organization, I always felt very proud when I was overseas representing diplomacy schools, and it was crazy. Even in Hong Kong, I couldn't believe it. You know, I said I was from Cleveland. They're like, oh, Cleveland. And they could only think of two things, LeBron James and the Cleveland Orchestra. I was like, well, at least we're showcased, you know, geographically. I'm good with that. The Cleveland Orchestra, wow, one of the top 5 orchestras in the world, if you all know that. Recent reports came out, and they are the best. I've witnessed standing ovations of them in Salzburg. I've witnessed standing ovations of them in Rome, in Stuttgart. I mean, for 15 minutes, encore, encore. And we have today the director of the Cleveland Youth Orchestra. As you know, many of our kids participate in that, and we're firm believers of abundance to the livelihood that they lead, as well as their upbringing, in terms of having the balance of the arts in regards to their development. And Cleveland Orchestra, they have focused on education even when I was a little girl, when I was 5. My dad served on the education committee. They have been always committed of reaching out and making everything possible, maybe discounted tickets or other programs free of charge for every possible school. So I not only speak on the behalf of this district, I speak on the behalf of all of Northeastern Ohio. We are very, very lucky to have that sort of support. And today we'd like to recognize the Cleveland Orchestra.
Thank you, Desiree. And again, congratulations to everyone in continuing to partner with us. At this time, I know it's 10:30 and our students have to get on their school buses. So again, let's give a round of applause for our students. Thank you again. Looking forward to your principals reporting all those A's on those report cards that you're going to be receiving soon. And thank you again to your partners, and this concludes our event. So again, thank you. Have a great day.